Hello everyone, it's Lisa, and I'm here today to review a book for you. The book is called Before We Were Yours, and the author is Lisa Wingate. And this is a relatively new book. It was published this year, and I just finished it last week, and I was just shocked. Based on America's notorious real-life scandal, one of the worst ones ever, and I had never heard about it before. So the book takes place in 1939, and that's why I think I picked up the book first, because I love that time period and I love historical fiction. For some reason, I thought it was going to be a little bit about World War II, but it ended up not coming into the story at all. So the story is based firstly around a young girl. She was probably 13ish, and her name was Ril Foss, and she and her family lived on a riverboat, and they lived on the river, Memphis, Tennessee, and her whole family, they were pretty poor. So she lived on the boat with her siblings and her two parents, and she had 3 sisters and a little brother. And then her mom, which they called Queenie, was pregnant with twins. So the story starts out with a bad storm coming, and Queenie is going into labor. And they're going to be away for a while because there's complications, but they were going to come back. So while the parents are gone, someone comes to kidnap them, and they are wearing uniforms, so the kids think they are police officers, maybe coming to take them to see their parents because their parents can't come and get them. And they don't want to. They try to escape. They're not sure what's going on, but they eventually get stuck going with these men. These men are employed by Georgia Tann, and she is in charge of the Memphis, Tennessee Children's Society. This was an orphanage where this woman kidnapped and sold children across America. It is based on a true story, so the more I read it, the more I was intrigued that this woman got away with so much. She even had famous people, actors, and politicians adopt children from her. So whether they knew about the scandal or not, I don't know, but she did kidnap children and keep them in this home. The orphanage was horrible with really bad conditions. They really didn't get fed properly. So the children were malnourished and just abused horribly. And then there was a groundskeeper who ended up taking advantage of a lot of the kids, which was horrible. For some reason, I've read a lot of really bad books this summer. Not bad as in they're bad to read, but bad as in they're horrible. Things that based on true stories that it's just horrible to read about. And so this scandal that took place is just absolutely crazy. So on the flip side, there's another part of the story where you're talking in present day and you're following the story of Avery Stafford. Avery is of a wealthy family, and she is an attorney and has a really great fiance and perfect life. But her dad's ill, and she comes home to help take care of him. And in the process, she ends up digging up some family secrets. And once they were found, she really couldn't step away from it. She had to find out what was going on and how she was related to whatever it was. So I don't want to say too much because I don't want to give it away, but oh my goodness, this book baffled me, just absolutely baffled me. One part that really bothered me was that the children, not only were kidnapped and brought to this home, but, they were with sisters and brothers, and they were separated. So it was really hard to see the children, the brothers and sisters together, and then people come along to adopt and would take one and not both. And so they were not only separated from their parents, but now from each other and into this family. Now, some may have been better off with these wealthy people, but family is so important, and to children, it means everything. So when they were stripped away from that, it was just heartbreaking to see and to read about. The reason I love this story so much is because it is based on a true story, and Lisa Wingate did such a great job with this. I was just fascinated by how this woman could get away with it for, decades. She just did this for such a long time and got away with it. So I don't know if she was paying off police or, you know, government officials or whatever, but it was just unbelievable almost. But what a great story. The ending is all tied together with the main character, the child Rill, and Avery, who is trying to dig up some family secrets. And so you find out how she's tied in with all of that, and it's just so amazing to watch. I mean, I haven't cried reading a book in a long time, and I was like, by the end of the book, just like heartbroken and bawling, and just, yeah, it was hard. But I love that it, you know, Lisa wrote about this because it sheds some light into things like I had never heard of it before. So now that I have, you know, I just want to spread the knowledge, and I believe that when we read history or when we learn about history, we're supposed to fix our mistakes. And so to know that this was going on at the time, you know, makes you really think about how horrible it was. And World War II was horrible enough, but this took place in America at the time, and it was just really sad. So I'm going to encourage you to read this. Again, Before We Were Yours by Lisa Wingate. Just absolutely beautiful writing. She did such a good job with the story and with all of the details. Not sure how true the story is of Rill, but the story itself of the Memphis orphanage is true. So very interesting, and I'm going to encourage you guys to read it. It was fabulous. I gave it 5 stars. So just a little quick notice. I've been, yeah, my summer's just been crap, and I joined BookTube last October because I was so excited about reading scary books for Spook-a-thon, and I got involved at that time because that's my thing. I love horror and thrillers and all of those kind of books. So it's going to be next month. I'll be here a year, although I've skipped a lot of time periods because of this and that. But I absolutely love, and I've been in a reading slump, but I love giving book reviews, and I'm going to pull together some books for my TBR next month for October. I'm hoping this gets me out of my slump and back into reading like I was before. I think a lot of it is playing games. Like over the summer I was so bored, so I downloaded like Candy Crush and some kind of cooking thing, and it's taking up too much of my time. I need to delete it from my phone. So so anyway, thank you for watching, and I will be coming back real soon with my TBR for October. So excited. There are lots of read-alongs in October, so I would encourage you to look for them and join one because it's a whole lot of fun. Thank you for watching, and I will see you real soon. Bye.